Hello, my name is Jennifer Regan, and this presentation is for my advanced grammar class for Cornerstone University. The title is Count and Non-Count Nouns. Listed are many errors that are common to ESL students. Can you identify the common ESL errors? Take a minute and read through each sentence. As native speakers, we use count and non-count nouns frequently, but are we able to explain them? Here we see our first error. You'll notice that two determiners are missing. All singular count nouns need an article or other determiners in front of them. Some students' first languages will not use indefinite articles, like my students who speak Arabic as their first language. And some students mistakenly omit the indefinite article when they have already added descriptive adjectives. For this reason, it is important to explain determiners to our students. In the table below, 5 types of determiners are listed: articles, demonstrative adjectives, numbers, possessives, and quantifiers. Determiners are a modifying word that determines the kind of reference a noun or noun group has. In this example, we see an error in the understanding of count and non-count nouns, as well as correct quantifiers that go with count and non-count nouns. Count nouns are nouns that can be quantified. For example, pen, table, car, idea, book, house, cup, and dollar. These are all nouns that we can use numbers with. For example, 2 pens, 3 tables, 5 cars. Non-count nouns are nouns that cannot be quantified. For example, education, intelligence, grass, clothing, snow, dirt, money, vocabulary. These are all nouns that we cannot use numbers with. For example, 3 educations, 2 intelligences, 5 grasses. These are not correct examples. We cannot use numbers with these types of nouns. The word homework is a non-count noun. Non-count nouns do not have a plural form, so S should not be added to these nouns. For example, we do not say, take out your 3 homeworks. But we do say, take out your 3 assignments, because assignment is a count noun and homework is a non-count noun. Here we see example number 3. The phrase a lot of is used with both count and non-count nouns. But when we use this phrase, we omit the preposition of if there is not a noun following the phrase. For example, Sharon said, "How many people attended the meeting?" Gail said, "I don't know, a lot. I think about 30 people were there." Notice that Gail does not say a lot of. This is because there is not a noun following the phrase, so the preposition of is omitted in this case. Error number 4. There are words and phrases that are to be only used with either count or non-count nouns. For example, with count nouns, we can use the determiners many, a few, or the question word how many, or numbers in front of count nouns. With non-count nouns, we can use determiners such as much, a little, or the question word how much, or phrases such as a cup of, a bowl of, a glass of, a piece of. These are quantifying phrases that can be used with non-count nouns. A phrase that is used with both count nouns and non-count nouns is the phrase a lot of. Here we see examples of these quantifiers being used. With count nouns, for example, many books or a lot of books. With non-count nouns, much money or a lot of money. With count nouns, a few books, and with non-count nouns, a little money. Now let's apply what we learned. What are some ways that we could use this understanding of count nouns and non-count nouns in the classroom? You could start off your lesson by briefly defining and giving examples of count and non-count nouns. Next, give your students an article with the nouns already highlighted that you want your students to focus on. Then tell your students to circle the words before the nouns. Have your students work in groups to sort the nouns into two categories, count nouns and non-count nouns. Then have them list the words that were before each of those nouns. Finally, guide your students in a discussion about summarizing what they noticed. What were some common words in front of count nouns, and what were some common words in front of non-count nouns? After this activity, go into a deeper explanation about count nouns and non-count nouns, and different determiners and quantifiers that go with each of these types of nouns.